Grand rising as the birds chirping, you know. Gotta feed the flock. All praise be to the Most High Living One, those who are not dead. Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Rakadash, Bokata. Brothers and sisters, you're doing the work, and that's the point. Brothers and sisters is doing the work. Can you hear 'em? You know, it's what people talking about. Everybody entertain you in a certain way because each person is different. Yeah, James Brown, the payback, the big payback. So you hear things with your ears, right? You're bearing witness. If you can't see, you can hear these brothers. Now you go on YouTube or you go out on the highways and the byways, probably run into them. They speak of the word, a certain word, it's up on their tongue. Praise be to our Lord, Yahweh Shah. Um, whew, um, so is that in the week in the land of their captivity? I mean, if you sleep, stay asleep. The rest were blinded. I say, blinded what? Blinded by the light. Shall be a light unto the Gentiles. You got oil in your lamp. You got oil in your lamp to hear the word of the Most High. Because when a person bringing out scriptures in the word, I can't doubt really what they're saying, if they're saying the word, you know what I mean? The word from the holy book. I say, I'm listening to that. That's someone that's doing that. That is someone that's taking the time to do that. Hmm. These other people ain't doing nothing. They on top of the roof. You got to fix the roof. This electrician over there and the plumbers over there, and maybe these guys have these type of jobs on the side. I don't know. I know I got other things I do on the side. I hear you down there. So, but yeah, what's bearing false witness? I think you have the chance to bear false witness. You have to, in order to be able to do something, you have to do it. If I bear false witness against brothers and sisters that I haven't even been with. But I hear them saying the word, and I hear them standing up in their power. Is it different than, hey, promotion? Is it different than the Black Panthers is the one of the Black Fist, Yeah, the Black Fist. I got mine brown. No offense, different shades of brown. You ain't black, I ain't met a black person. He made different shades of brown because if they put on black, they're not going to be blacker than the clothes that they put on or the shoes, black shoes that they got on their feet. I say, the black eyebrows or the black hair, they got any hair on their head, they ain't bald headed, and just say different shades of brown. That's how I, see life. And if it ain't, then whatever, you ain't my kind because I am a shade of brown. Now, if you ain't my kind, then I'm a shade of brown, right? I'm a shade of brown. What do we relate to where our skin don't even relate? Now, I'm not saying we can't have understanding and compassion and empathy, you know, for one another. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is, I am who I am, made and designed in sort of an image that's displayed before man, women, and child. You know, that's displayed before man, woman, and child. I mean, I know that. I know that. But look at the chaos that they cause that because of the skin I'm in. You know what I mean? And if I can cause chaos just because of the skin that I'm in, I'm one bad mofo. I'll be one bad mofo because the what my skin is powerful in itself. You touch me, you die. If it's in a rude and unkind manner. You know what I'm saying? Some people don't have home training. They forget we got mamas out here. We got mamas. My mama gone to the upper room. You know. The great beyond. But not really. She left something behind. Me and my sister, grandchild. You know what I mean? And family members. you know. So, not really, because it's a thought. It's like a thought of us. She exists. She existed. She might not be in the flesh, but hey, the spirit got to go back from whence it came. If you know what I mean. Did you give yourself your spirit? And if you did, then you probably entertained a lot, and so you developed certain things that is embedded in you. You know, that's how it works. Whatever embedded in you is the things you've done, the things you entertain, you've studied. You know, so I don't want to bear false witness. You know, I give a person a chance. You're saying you're going by the word or trying. You believe in the Father. You know, even if it's a fairy tale, will there be a happy ending? Is there happy endings in your life? If you have to take the time, I see, to talk about a group of people that don't see life like you, what are you doing? What are you doing? I mean, like me right now. But I am talking, I am speaking, I don't know who's listening. I don't know if anyone will listen. You know, you can put it on and walk away. They could like it a million times and they'd be like, oh, they probably did they really listen? Do they understand what I'm saying? No, because it's in the distance. It's not face to face, really, like that. They don't see my face, so I guess, I ain't seeing nothing. Well, you hear me. That's my point. You hear me. I know you hear me. So, you know, if blood ain't gonna be on my hands. You know, you're talking down about people. I mean, that's conflict. You know, what's the difference? You know, you say this person a homosexual, this lady a lesbian, and yeah, whatever going on there. But yeah, you're talking about people regardless of what. That's what you're doing with your life. I can talk about everybody that I know. I can't really talk about people they don't know. You don't know them. You know, I heard of them. I hear what they say. You know, like you hear rappers even, or actors on television with their talent. They go into character or whatever. That's not the real person. They're there to entertain, you know, I guess, or whatever, and get their money, and they got a side life too, right? Right? So I see us Hebrew Israelites, we got our life outside of, you know, I mean, not really. I mean, the word is the word. The word is the word. Prophecy is prophecy. I mean, we can't get out of that. So that's what's in us, right? You would think that's what's in us, the Hebrew Israelites. We gone in the land of their captivity, but they've been trodden down, you know, not knowing who they are. My people perish, for they know not who they are. I was perished, was cast in prison too. He said he shall be cast in a prison. I one of those I was cast in prison, but didn't change my ways. You know, they, you know how I know they can't go for that. No, that's nasty, man. That's nasty, man. Why you doing that? Ugh, I don't want to see it. Hey. Take me to solitary confinement. You know, they be by myself. You know, so there's some weird stuff going on here. But you do what you do. I could say a lot, but you know, I don't. I do in a way, but don't want to be offensive. You know, people are offensive. You know, they say, the Father say, in the last days, many hearts are wax cold. Yeah. hmm Why? Is it because of trials and tribulations in life? And you gain doubt that the Father has done this thing. Mighty nation I shall bring against you, but these same nations shall be judged. If he judge us, is he going to judge others? So that's what I say, do unto others as you wish to be done unto you. You know what I mean? You better watch your step. Who brings the rod of correction? You know, I'd rather be corrected by my Father than not be. At least I'm corrected. You know, you're still not right. You know, I can't get right. I can't get right. Why you gonna help me? I say, pray, meditate daily, that the Father's in me, knowledge, wisdom, and understanding with the spirit of discernment. And for I to stay vigilant, sober-minded, be reminded of who I am, so I do not perish, and I'm not mocked, because I listen. And I say, I know He's true. He's true. He is. He's the one. You know, the Lord of our salvation, deliverer, redeemer, in the midst of us. All angels all around. And people don't feel that. Like you think, they know who protected me. Yeah, who protected me when I was a baby, when I was in the womb, I believe. You know, Shalom.